Okay, hey everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. We've got a reading of my new play, Helping of Blood. It's a 3-act play. We're going to have a 5-minute intermission at each act's end, so there'll be 2 intermissions, and we've got an absolutely great cast. I think this is going to be really, really cool, so we are going to get started.
A Helping of Blood by Leroy Hood. Act 1, Scene 1. Vera's RV living room, night. The room and its furniture is all crammed stage right. A couch, an armchair, an end table, and a television occupy the small space, and their arrangement changes continuously throughout the play. Vera is rearranging her few drab pieces of furniture and drinking whiskey from a bottle. The TV is on, saying, "This year, when the ball drops, it looks like many might be spending their time in the last place they expected."
It ain't like you say. No, it ain't.
Vera chuckles ruefully while turning the side table 180 degrees.
Well, if that ain't you to a T, I don't know what is. Didn't I already told you? Nope. I already told you once before. No, that ain't right at all. Oh, you would be that ugly. You would be, and after I already... Oh, if that ain't you to a T.
She moves the armchair to the right, looks at the room.
Maybe. What if someone...
She stiffens, then slowly sinks to her knees.
Oh.
Lights dim. End of scene. Act 1, Scene 2. The parking lot of a dive bar that same night. We hear some commotion from inside the bar as Daniel enters from downstage left, half dragging a drunk Johnny Boy. They make it downstage center before Johnny Boy sinks to his knees. Daniel tries to stand him up.
Let's go.
Johnny Boy swats his hand away.
Off of me.
Not above Johnny Boy.
Give me a second. I'm winded.
Time to go.
What's with you, Daniel? Why you gotta embarrass me like that? Dragging me out of there like a damn kid.
You said not tonight.
Daniel begins rolling a cigarette.
I'm asking you why, though.
Promise me.
Could I have known that asshole was gonna be staring at me like that all sideways? Could I have known something like that?
Man, no one was staring at nothing.
He was.
Ah.
You think he wasn't? You think I'm making it up? So I'm the asshole? Isn't that it?
Yeah, you can make a case.
Oh, that's real nice. Real stand-up of you. Whose team you on anyway?
Daniel lights his cigarette. He tries to stand Johnny Boy up, but Johnny Boy swats him away again. Daniel goes to exit stage right.
Where are you going?
Home.
You gonna leave me here?
It's up to you.
Oh, that's up to me.
What?
I can't fight who I want. I can't do what I want, but that part's up to me. I get it now.
I ain't playing this game with you.
Ain't no game asking why you can't let me fight. Why you always gotta jump in.
Can't have you getting whooped, can I?
Who says I'd be the one getting whooped? Oh, all right. Even if I did get whooped, what's it to you?
You know how it is.
I don't. Why don't you tell me?
Him beating you up is him beating me up. Him beating mama up, so on.
Is that right?
Huh?
Gotta protect the Hauser name.
Yep.
And that's the way it is.
It gotta be.
You ever wonder about the way it is?
Try not to, mostly.
Well, if that ain't you to a T.
Daniel goes to leave again.
Wait.
Johnny Boy stands unsteadily.
This goddamn leg.
Johnny Boy limps a few steps, then falls down again and vomits. Daniel exits stage right.
God damn it, Daniel, don't leave me.
Daniel returns with some paper towels. He crosses to Johnny Boy and kneels down and begins cleaning him up.
You didn't leave.
I didn't leave.
You keep those in the truck? Guess that makes sense. Be prepared. Boy Scouts is for queers.
Daniel finishes cleaning him up and stands.
You walk?
Yeah. I'd prefer not to, though.
Daniel picks him up and slings him over his shoulder.
Come on, Daniel, it's embarrassing.
Hush.
I am sorry for it, Daniel. I didn't mean anything by it.
They exit downstage right. End of scene. Act 1, Scene 3, Farrah's RV that same night. Farrah is lying face down on the floor. The TV still plays, saying, "It's preparing for the worst. Preparations for Y2K computer crashes are at the top of the list. In Jersey City, 400 bankers will be ready to take calls from investors." Sound of a truck pulling up outside.
I can walk.
The truck drives away. Johnny Boy enters, having sobered up a little.
Oh, fuck me in a blizzard.
He sees the TV still on.
Oh, sorry, Mama. You still up? God damn it, Mama.
He goes to sit next to her, noticing the rearranged furniture.
Again. Ain't you tried it every other way already? You really went for it tonight, huh? Must have drank about everything. Well, I guess I can't cast no stones. Come on.
He turns her over and puts a pillow under her head.
I had something to tell you, Mama. Something I figured out, but now I can't remember what.
Something's wrong.
Yeah, you all kinds of wrong.
Listen to me. I feel reverse.
You feel what now?
It's in my wires.
Mama, your face looks funny.
I think stroke.
Oh, fuck.
He stands up.
Shit. Daniel? God damn it. Okay, you just lay there, Mama. I'll call an ambulance or... Wait, I can't. The phone. Fuck. I'm gonna have to drive. Can you... No. I'm gonna move you to the car, okay? Mama? Somehow.
Johnny Boy grabs Vera under her arms and starts clumsily dragging her towards the exit. End of scene. Act 1, Scene 4. Living room of Daniel and Cass's house that same night. Their living room is center stage and consists of a couch, a dinner table, and 2 chairs. It feels warm and loving, but a little claustrophobic. Cass is seated at the dinner table, staring at nothing, with a book on child rearing open next to her. Daniel enters.
Uh-oh, you're back early? How'd he do? That bad?
You cleaned the gutter.
Yes, I did, all by myself.
You know I don't like you going up on a ladder.
Well, after I was done with the chickens and the meat, I still had energy to burn.
Told you I'd do it.
Yeah, and I thought I'd save you the trouble.
You need to be careful.
I am careful.
Eh.
Did I sit on my hands for 9 months? I've been working every day for as long as I can remember.
Plenty for you to do without climbing up no goddamn ladder.
Which is why tomorrow I'm going to mow.
Ugh.
I'm already staying home like you asked. I'm not going into work, but I need projects, Daniel. I need to move. Are you going hunting tomorrow? You're way ahead on meat.
Never know.
I made ice cream.
You really raised hell today, huh?
Daniel stands.
Oh, you want some?
Ugh, no, my stomach.
I'll start feeling better soon, though, huh? Right?
I mean, it varies from case to case, and now I'm throwing up every morning. Don't even need to set the alarm anymore. Johnny got crazy again?
Yep. No matter what he says, if he drinks, he gets that way. Afraid he's gonna work himself into a seizure.
He's so unhappy.
I know. I want to help him.
Yeah. Everybody does. I don't know.
Daniel enters with a bowl of ice cream. He sits at the table and begins to eat.
The garden's looking good out there.
Thanks.
I think the only thing we don't make ourselves now is the toilet paper.
I'm sure you'll find a way. Is it good?
Cass stands and crosses to him.
Hey, check this out. This is new.
She places his hand on her belly.
How about that?
We got to fight her.
I thought I understood pregnancies after dealing with them so much on the nursing side, but it's different than I thought.
You got to be careful.
Daniel, I am being careful.
I'm only saying.
For God's sakes, you haven't sat still for 10 minutes in your entire life, but you expect me to, I don't know what. You wanted this baby, we're having this baby, but I can't just.
I want that baby.
Yes.
Don't you?
No, of course I do. I just mean that I am being careful. That's all.
Well, all right. I wanted a kid my whole life, so.
I know.
And with you and me, it's gonna be so.
Gonna be so what?
I don't know. Good. I guess.
Cass crosses back to Daniel and runs her finger through his hair.
Where'd you get that hair, mister?
Where'd you get those lips, lady?
Where'd you get those eyes at, mister?
I made them special just for you.
They kiss.
You smell like that awful bar. But you make it work.
You smell like the earth.
Ooh.
They kiss again.
The ice cream will melt.
Let it melt.
The phone rings.
11 in the goddamn night. Johnny boy apologizing, I bet.
Hello? This is his wife who's speaking, please. Oh, hey, Joe Beth. This is Cassidy Hauser. Yeah. Are you calling from the hospital?
Cass stiffens. She looks at Daniel. End of scene. Act 1, Scene 5. We hear the hustle and bustle of an emergency room. Lights up on Johnny Boy in the waiting room later that night. Johnny Boy is seated and looks distraught. Daniel and Cass enter. Johnny Boy stands.
Hey, Johnny.
I'm sorry, Daniel.
How stupid are you?
What should I have done? You were gone. The phone's out. She was on the.
What if you had one of your fits on the road?
She was laid out on the floor, Daniel. Her face was sagging like something out of a monster movie. I had to.
You could have gotten you both yourself killed now. You ain't allowed to drive. And that old car's a death trap as it is.
All right, Daniel, it's done.
I know it ain't legal, but I ain't been having fits much lately. Anyway, plus I.
You've been what?
I don't get them as much when I've been drinking.
Hey.
You ain't making this argument to me now, Johnny boy. You don't want to make it.
I know.
You ain't telling me you think it's okay that you drove our ma here because you had a load on.
What should I have done? She was on the floor.
Anything else. You live in an RV park, always bitching it's too cramped because of your neighbors. I'd rather one of the Pickard's dogs drive rather than you fixing to have a seat and drunk to boot.
Look at me. I'm alive, aren't I? I managed to...
That's enough, both of you. We're all on the same team here.
You're a goddamn fool.
I'm sorry, Daniel. I only did what I thought I had to. I I never been good under pressure. You know that. And I thought she was dying. I only wanted to save her, and now they're saying she might never.
Johnny Boy can't continue. Cass puts her arm around him to comfort him, and after a moment, Daniel crosses to him and puts a hand on his shoulder.
All right, Johnny Boy. You're all right.
Johnny Boy hugs Daniel tightly. Cass rubs both their backs. End of scene. Act 1, Scene 6. Care room at the hospital, afternoon. Vera is lying in her hospital bed, awake. Daniel and Cass enter.
Vera? It's Daniel and Cass.
You said you're up.
Do I look dead?
No.
I feel dead. Where's Boy?
Johnny's been napping for a couple hours. I made him. He's upset, but we're looking after him.
Sensitive, that boy always was. Soul of a poet, I always said. They told me I might never walk again.
We heard.
And they also said,
We know.
He told us everything.
my liver, my lungs, both of them. Months. Out of months, they said.
We're all here to help. Whatever you need.
Don't you say it. Don't you say I don't take care of myself. I was given a bad hand, but I always prayed the best I could.
Of course you did.
Buried the best that I could.
I ain't gonna argue with you, Mama.
It's this world. It ain't me. What'll I do if I can't walk?
We'll figure it out.
There's a lot of things we can do. Daniel can build ramps, right, Daniel?
Of course.
No, you don't understand. There are things that need doing, things that I put off. I thought eventually it'd be the right time, but I guess I missed it.
Right time for what now?
Gosh, dearie, can I speak to Daniel alone?
Sure. I'll check on Johnny. Maybe try to get him to eat something.
Cass squeezes Daniel's arm and exits.
Daniel, I've been thinking, with me laid up like this, I'm gonna have to tell you some things now.
All right.
Things you can't tell no one. Not Johnny Boy, not Cass, no one. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
You know, you never asked me about your father.
Figure. You gonna tell me all I need to know?
You remember him at all? You were so little when we left.
No. Never concerned me much. Sounds like a real shitheel.
It's natural to want to know you came from, though. I don't even know who Boy's father was, but he still asks every now and then. It was you, I do know, but you don't ask. And your father, he was a shitty heel.
There you go.
He was more than that. He was crazy, evil. Some days I was sure he was Satan himself.
Mom, maybe now is not the time.
Listen, he'd do these things to me. He'd torture me.
Torture.
He would say things, the craziest, worst kinds of things that you've ever heard. He once told me the missiles were flying and that we were going to have to move underground. He kept telling me everyone that I loved would just melt away and I'd better be nice to him because it'd just be me and him forever and ever. He'd hurt me too.
You told me he'd hit you.
Vera pulls the hospital gown off her shoulder and shows it.
He put cigarettes on me here and laugh about it. Tell me it was a game we played, just the two of us.
Jesus.
He'd do more. He'd hit me hard, but careful on joints, the nerves. He always wanted to know how everything worked. And he was creative about it. Hurting me was his art. But he said if I ever told anybody that our soul bond would break, and then there was, I didn't want a child, not with him. But he wanted a boy, had the name picked out and everything.
Come on, Mommy, now you're upsetting yourself.
I didn't want to get pregnant. I mean, he'd make me. But it didn't happen all at once. He had to do it over and over every night for months. As a matter of months. And I'd fight him every night.
Bub.
I should have left him years before I did, but I was stupid, a child. The worse things got, the more I think, this is my man and this is my test. The harder it is, the better it'll feel when he loves me, right? And that love, it always felt right around the corner. He made me think that he was a cunning son of a bitch.
I don't know what to say. I'm so sorry, Mama.
He lives in Kingsville. It's only an hour away. Name's Galen Nye. Runs an oil refinery. One of his employees died on the job a few years back and fell from way up high and didn't come back on Galen course. He probably twisted it to make his workers more loyal. He'll crawl up in your mind like that. He always did. Man like that, he should be punished for what he did, don't you think?
What are you saying?
I'm saying that it ain't right for him to still be fine. For him to be walking around, breathing our air, making the world that much worse. I'm saying somebody ought right that wrong. That somebody who loves me would right the wrong.
Come on, Mama.
Come on, nothing. He hurt us. It ain't never stopped. I always planned on taking care of it myself, but now...
No, we are not having this discussion. Now I'm gonna leave now, Mama. You just lie back and rest.
Oh, there's no resting. I ain't rested in 32 years. Daniel.
I'm going.
Daniel exits.
Don't you love me, Daniel? That's the only question being asked is, don't you love me?
End of scene. Act 1, Scene 7. The woods, morning. Daniel and Johnny Boy are out hunting, lying on their stomachs downstage center under some cover. Daniel holds a hunting rifle. They wait in silence for a little while.
Daniel? Daniel.
Hush up.
I got a question.
You scare the deer.
Ain't seen nothing for hours. I think the spot's been hunted out.
Maybe.
Can I ask my question?
Quietly.
When you was in the war, did you ever kill anybody?
Hell no.
It's okay if you did.
I did not.
Would you tell me if you did?
I don't know. Why are you asking me that?
Well, when you showed up at the hospital, it was the angriest I'd ever seen you.
Yeah, for good reason.
I'd never seen you like that. And at one point, I thought, I think you could kill me.
You kind of dramatize everything, don't you?
I'm only saying that I'd never seen that.
Yeah, it couldn't hurt you. No, I wouldn't. You're being silly. I'm more electrician than soldier. Anyway,
You still mad from the other night? You ain't said 3 words all day.
less talking, more hunting.
Fine. I ain't mad if you're mad. I figure, you're just trying to...
Daniel calls Johnny Boy's attention to his technique with the rifle. He lines up the shot, exhales, and pantomimes squeezing the trigger. He passes the rifle to Johnny Boy. He draws an X across his chest, indicating where Johnny Boy should aim. Johnny Boy lines up the shot unsteadily, breathing shallow. He exhales, but doesn't pull the trigger. He closes his eyes. He opens them again, exhales again, but still can't pull the trigger. He hands it to Daniel, shaking his head. Daniel is disappointed, but takes the rifle, aims, and takes the shot.
Hell yeah! 4-pointer at least.
We hear the buck cry out in pain.
Goddamn gut shot.
Daniel hops up and runs towards the animal, exiting. Johnny Boy follows as fast as he can with his bad leg. We hear another report from the rifle. End of scene. Act 1, Scene 8. Daniel and Cass's house, afternoon. Daniel is in the same clothes as the last scene, but his shirt is covered in blood. He sits at the table, holding his hunting knife, staring into space, shaking his head. The book on parenting is still in the same spot on the table as Scene 4. Cass enters.
Hey, sorry, I had to get out of the house for a little bit. I went to the...
She sees Daniel's blood-covered shirt.
Daniel, your clothes.
Sorry, I cleaned a buck.
He puts his knife away, begins taking off his shirt, and exits. Cass begins wiping down the chair and the table.
I visited your mom when I was out. They're going to release her in the next couple of days.
Really?
Not much else they can do. You know how it is. Pack them up, ship them out, make room for the next non-compliant.
Huh.
Hey, come here a second. I want to talk to you.
After a moment, Daniel enters, having changed clothes.
I wasn't at all right with the way you behaved 2 nights ago. At the hospital, with Johnny, I mean.
Oh.
I understand how you felt with everything going on, but that was... I've never seen you act that way. And I didn't like it.
I don't know if I ever felt that way before.
Being back at the hospital with you and him, I was thinking about when you brought him in for his leg. When we first met. You were, quiet.
Shy was what I was.
But I noticed how you listened so intently to every instruction we gave you for helping him. And I loved how you didn't have anything to prove to anyone. I have a hard time squaring that with who I saw Saturday night.
I wasn't trying to prove nothing.
Really?
It was about safety. Johnny boys, mamas.
Why'd you get in his face like that? You think he doesn't know you could kick his ass if you wanted to?
All right, I'm sorry.
And I know how it is with everything going on, believe me. I figured, what the hell, I'd bust your chops a little, get in on the dog pile. Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
What? Nothing. Just, well, something Mama said.
What?
She was saying, she was asking whether or not I really loved her.
You're kidding. That doesn't even sound like her.
I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe we don't know her as well as we thought.
She did just have a stroke. Sometimes, and you're not going to like this, but sometimes a patient's behavior can shift after a stroke, even their personalities.
Really?
Patients can become apathetic, obsessive. There's even a disorder we call stroke dementia. It's not permanent, not usually. And I'm not saying I'm sure that's what's going on. I'm just saying you shouldn't take everything she says right now at face value. Okay?
Huh.
Cut it with
Daniel.
the face.
End of scene. Act 1, Scene 9. Bear's RV, midnight. Bear is drinking a beer and watching the TV, sitting in a wheelchair. There's a knock at the door. She cranes her neck to look at the door and sighs. She wheels herself over to it, not without incident, bumping into furniture, getting her wheels caught momentarily, etc. She eventually makes it and opens the door, revealing Daniel.
Look who it is.
Hi, Mama.
He kisses her on the cheek and enters.
The ramp work out for you?
I'm in, Anna. Wish you'd been here when they was moving me.
Sorry, I was
Cass was here. Boy, too, of course.
sorry. I was working on this air conditioning circuit.
Kept you out till midnight.
Daniel inspects the living room.
It's no good. We got a clear path.
Oh, I like it how I got it now.
How are you gonna get around? Mama,
What?
I don't believe you.
I already said I'm done for. You want me to be miserable in the meantime, too? You come here in the middle of the night to criticize my drinking and furniture arrangement? Or is there something else on your mind? I said my piece already, Daniel,
Mama, listen.
and nothing has changed.
Well, let's just talk about this a minute.
I already thought about it for 30 years.
Now, what you're asking, it ain't something that you can put on someone.
It's something you'd only put on the person you trust most in the whole world. And you wanted to do everything for everyone since you was 10 years old, Daniel. I need you now. It wouldn't be you doing it, not really. You'd be my arms. I'd do it myself if I could.
You do it yourself. You kill a man.
I'd kill that man twice. You gotta take care of business, son. It ain't as hard as you're making it.
Mom, it's more than just hard, it's insane. Hey, say I do it. Say I go to prison for you, too. I got a kid on the way.
Well, I got all that figured out.
Oh, yeah, well, this ought to be good. How's that?
Refineries can be dangerous places to work. Lots of hazards, some fatal. It don't gotta look like murder, Daniel. I wouldn't ask that of you. Cass is the best choice you ever made. I ain't asking you to jeopardize your family.
I suppose to fake some kind of accident? Come on, Mama. I'll never get away with that, even if I tried.
Galen always stayed late at work. Took pride in it. I bet he's the last to leave every night. You know what happens if you light up a cigarette in a refinery? There wouldn't be nothing left. It'd just be another.
Oh, Mom.
He ain't awake.
There's someone else here?
Go back to bed, Johnny boy.
Don't wake him. He'll have fits.
I know.
I can hear it in your voice.
Go on. Yeah, he's lying back down.
Been happening more lately. Funny how he don't limp as bad when he's asleep. When you look at Boy and his problems, born too early, one leg too short. Always said he got the soul of a poet, but his body, it won't let him be. There is a darkness hanging over this family, Daniel. It has been for years. Boy got the worst of it, but we all got a touch. Any child of yours will be born under it. You want that?
The way your mind works. You expect me to go and kill this man, who I ain't ever met, who ain't done nothing to me?
Ain't done nothing.
I know, but Mama, your story, it sounds crazy.
They are. He is.
You remember last year? You were saying how God told you the world was going to end. Not to mention that you just had a stroke. Now, I'm not saying you're wrong now. I'm just saying that...
You're saying you won't take my word on the most important thing that I ever told anybody. What's my word mean to you? I'm just the crazy old lady that raised you, that gave you life.
I do believe you. Just not enough to kill somebody.
Well, what the hell good does a belief like that do anyone?
We ain't got much time left. I don't want to spend what little we got on something so ugly.
Well, spend it showing that you love me, that you love us all. You're right. There's not much time. It's gotta be now.
I'm sorry, Mama. I'm sorry for all of it, but this ain't something I can give you. I ain't riding up into Kingsville like I'm John Wayne or something, and you let me know if I can help you out with anything around here.
You had a sister.
What?
You had a sister. Joey. Your older sister. My firstborn. Well, Galen didn't want no daughter. He wanted a son. He'd hold Joy up and look at her like she was a watch. It didn't work right. I should have realized the danger sooner.
No.
But I never could have imagined we'd just gotten our very first microwave.
No.
I always wanted to see how things work.
Please, Mama.
Hide from it, Daniel. It's what you came from, baby.
Oh, God. This is true. If this is true, it ain't something for me now. It's something for the police.
Oh, I've been through all that. It didn't go nowhere. Gale knows everyone in that county, and they all get tangled in his web. He hurt us, Daniel. We've been bleeding for years, you, me, Johnny boy. Joy. But I could still swell it all these years. Some days, I wish he'd kill me too, all in one go. You got a choice to make, Daniel. You can't duck it. And no one can make it for you.
I can't do it.
No, don't get it wrong. You can. You could. If I leave this life and it ain't done, oh no. I don't know what to make of you. Someone who don't see this as the right thing for the world. That wouldn't be the son I thought I knew. It wouldn't be no son of mine at all.
No, don't say that.
You do what you want, Daniel. You always do in the end. But if you let this evil lie, When I leave this world, I won't have word one to say to you.
Daniel sinks to his knees in front of Vera. He puts his head in her lap. She looks down at him, but doesn't touch him. Lights fade. End of scene. End of Act 1.
All right, thanks everyone. We're going to take a 5-minute break, and we are going to be back at 7:45. That worked out great, so we will see you then. Okay, so we're going to get started with Act 2 now, and well, let's go.
Act 2, Scene 1. Lights up on Galen's front porch and yard, stage left. Winnie is standing in the front yard, drinking lemonade, talking to someone off stage. There's a sundial in the yard, as well as lawn chairs and a small table with a pitcher of lemonade on it.
Wish we could get us a real fall around here, don't you? I'm from the Panhandle. I like the snow. But it's real nice here overall. Lots of interesting birds and whatnot. Hey there, y'all got power over there? Really? Well, guess we're the lucky ones then. You two, say hi to Alice for me. Yeah, real nice here. Even it's warm. Don't like being in the house when the power's out like this. The air gets to feeling dead, you know? I used to have 100 big old fans in my house when I grew up. Everybody awake and alive all the time. But Mr. Nye wouldn't go for fans all over the place. He knows just how he wants everything. I was never like that myself. Never kept things the same for long. Used to change my hair with weather just about. Of course, the weather don't change too much around here. And Mr. Nye likes my hair just so. I'm perfectly happy with it, you see, you understand? I just, I like the way it looks. And once you're married, it's yours more for them than you anyway. You know what I mean? You got a wife, Mr. Miller?
Yep.
That's nice. Marriage is what it's all about. That's what Mr. Nye says. And he knows just about everything. He should be here soon.
Daniel enters, covered in dirt. He's wearing work gloves and carrying a toolbox.
Y'all done?
Well, I took a look. Sure enough, it's what I was afraid of.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, one of your circuits been gnawed through. Mice or rats. Have you seen any?
Goodness, no.
You should be all set for power, but There's more damage needs fixing. You got a real setup under there.
It's a real house.
How old?
Oh, that'd be a question for Mr. and I.
I'd recommend full rewiring.
Let's wait to hear what Galen thinks before we decide on anything. He'd be the one to talk to.
Daniel grunts and begins packing up his tools.
He should be here in a minute if you want to wait on him. How about a glass of lemonade in the meantime?
I'd be much obliged. Thank you.
Oh, goody.
She pours him a lemonade and offers it to him. She sits in one of the chairs and he follows suit, a little awkward.
Have you and your wife lived here long?
I lived around here my whole life. My wife moved down from Virginia 4 years back to being a nurse.
Don't they need nurses in Virginia?
I don't know. Anyway, we got married a few years later.
Well, I suppose you two were meant to meet then.
Maybe so.
Absolutely, positively.
How did you and Mr. Nyes meet?
Oh, goodness. Galen and I got us a story right out of a fairy tale. I always wanted to be a singer, you know. I'd sing at clubs and the like, small time, nothing too special, just a little girl with nothing in her head but dreams. I had sort of a regular gig over at Nucky's. And one night I'm singing, and I noticed this big bear standing in the back, all in blue, watching me. Something about him got me more nervous about singing than usual. I got so jittery, I mostly sang with my eyes closed. When I opened them, he was gone. I tried to tell myself, well, Winnie, what's that old fart about good singing anyways? I asked a little puny. But then a week later, I saw him back in his spot. Then a week later, I saw him back in his same spot, chin pointing up like before. I said to myself, all right, big boy. I must have sang 3 whole songs looking right in his eyes to the point where everybody was turning to see what I was looking at. I'd got it in my head that he was probably some kind of big-time music producer or something. Anyway, I finished up and he left again without saying nothing. But this time I knew he'd be back. Oh, he took his sweet time, though. It wasn't until about a month later I saw him back standing in his spot. And get this. This time, I made a point to make eye contact with every person in the place but him. Before I know it, he's standing right in front of the stage, arms crossed, chin up. I took the chorus straight to him. Just leave it up to you, and in a little while, you're messing up my mind and filling up my senses. Here you come again. Lord, I'm rusty. Anyway, I finished up and he dropped his chin and smiled at me for the first time. Guess I was crazy about him from then on. Well, he tried to leave again, but I chased him down in the parking lot. And we were married a month later.
You still sing?
Not as much anymore. It's harder with a kid and all. I mean, I sing for Galen sometimes, but that's life though, ain't it? You don't get what you think you want, but you end up with something even better.
Sounds of a car approaching.
Oh, speak of the devil, look who's home from baseball practice.
A young boy enters. He runs up to Winnie and hugs her. Winnie waits at the vehicle as we hear it drive away.
Thanks, Wanda. Hi, sweetheart. Did you have fun?
Yeah?
Well, this is Mr. Miller. Say hi, Daniel.
Hi.
Mr. Miller is an electrician. He came out to fix our power up for us.
Young boy buries his face in Winnie's stomach.
He's shy.
You said his name's Daniel?
That's right. Daniel James. Why don't you go play in the backyard, Danny? We got some boring grown-up talk to do once Daddy gets home.
The young boy sprints off.
That's my name.
Oh, is that right? How funny. You and your wife have any kids?
Pregnant with our first.
How exciting.
Yeah, Daniel have any siblings?
No. We were pregnant before, but it wasn't the right time. And it all ended up perfect, just like it always does. Daniel's the one we were waiting on.
Your first pregnancy did...
Oh, here's Miss Nye.
Galen enters, carrying a couple of grocery bags.
Hellfire, woman, you cheating on me again already?
Oh, God. Galen, this is Mr. Miller. We got something wrong with the power, and he came out to fix it.
Galen and Daniel shake hands.
Good to meet you, Galen.
Daniel.
His name's Daniel, too, Galen.
Yes, I heard. What's wrong with the power?
Got a pretty extensive damage to your wiring from rats or mice. One circuit's nearly chewed through. It's short circuit, and then the breaker's stuck. It's an old breaker, and that trips the main.
I know how it works. What'll it cost me?
Well, I'm doing some spot checks, and there's
Daniel accidentally spills the rest of his lemonade.
Oops.
these damn gloves, you know.
When he takes his cup and begins refilling it, Daniel takes his gloves off and takes a breath.
Yeah, extensive damage. I was telling Mrs. Nye, I'd strongly recommend a complete rewiring. You'd run you about 3,000. Want to call an exterminator too.
Well, I knew it was coming.
Winnie hands Daniel another cup.
Here you go.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. Looks like someone hacked some extra outlets for you before.
That was me. Bit of a jackleg electrician myself.
It was good work. You passed an electrical inspection, no problem.
Yep, trying to extend his life. This house hasn't been rewired since the 70s.
Yeah, I was thinking.
It's an old house built back in 35. My father's house, actually. Answer me this. Say it had all its original circuitry from way back then and had the same problem. How would you fix it?
What do you mean?
Just humor me a minute. Say you had a short circuit with its old setup. What do you do?
I'm not sure how to answer that. With the old knob and tube system, you wouldn't really get or have short circuiting. You know, it's 2 wires for each outlet's insulated and separated, so short circuits aren't likely.
Yeah, I know. Just seeing if you did.
Oh, Galen, you're so silly.
That's me. I'm silly. You got a degree, Daniel?
No, sir.
Self-taught. I like it. Nothing but self-made men around here. How are you with factory equipment? Been having some power issues at the refinery.
I can fix just about anything that needs it.
Who's that sound like?
Sounds like you, Galen.
Sure does. I used to say those very words just about. Of course, I'm an arrogant son of a bitch. How about you? You an arrogant son of a bitch?
I expect I have my moments.
All right, then. Guess I'd rather a man be arrogant and honest than humble and a liar.
Yeah, that's very good, Daniel.
Galen hands the groceries to Winnie.
Take these inside, Winnie. My back's hurting.
Winnie begins to exit.
I'll start dinner. It was nice to meet you, Daniel.
Daniel gives her a smile as she exits. He begins rolling a cigarette.
How long are you two waiting on me?
10 minutes, maybe?
Probably ready to put a gun in your mouth, getting your ear talked off like that. You military?
Sir?
Me too. Damn, you see any action?
Yeah, just one tour. Got cut short. Jeep hit by mine. Lost a couple buddies.
Sorry, son. That's hell.
You got a light?
Nope. Don't smoke. Disgusting habit. No offense.
Daniel processes this, then nods. He puts the cigarette away.
Listen, Daniel, I've been needing some help. Someone of your expertise. My guy Pascal ended up and quit on me. Being an electrician, does it pay much?
I get by?
Could pay better, though.
I guess. Never spent too much anyway. Why?
Galen, I'm making Daniel some chocolate milk. You want some?
No, and you don't either. You should come by the refinery Thursday afternoon. Might have some work for you to do. You should know some of what I got in mind's a little outside the usual channels.
Outside how?
Nothing too crazy. Come by and I'll tell you more.
Sorry, but why me? You always make offers like this to people you just met?
I don't often meet men your age who know their electrical history like you do. I prefer the people around me be better than they need to be. Plus, it seems we got a lot in common, which, being the arrogant son of a bitch I am, makes me like you. Come on by Thursday, but only if you're serious.
All right.
They shake hands.
Glad to have met you, Daniel. I'm heading in. You gonna get started on the house?
It's after 5. I'll start tomorrow. I should be all set for now.
You always leave work as soon as you're able. I'm just yanking your chain. Tomorrow's fine. I can fix up the house myself, you know.
Yeah, sounds like it.
There are only so many hours in the day, and I'm getting a little old for that with this back of mine. Anyway, I hope to see you Thursday.
Galen goes to exit.
Galen,
Yeah.
you know anything about microwaves?
Microwaves.
Yeah,
I know everything about microwaves. I used to sell them for a living.
you did.
Yes, indeed. What do you need to know?
Well, I need a new one. Any recommendations?
I'd say get you one with a convection bake setting if you're willing to pay. Turntable and diffuser. Make it cook more even. That's what I look for. And buy a splatter shield too.
Thanks.
That help?
Yeah, it just might.
Glad to hear it. Thursday.
Galen exits. Daniel looks at the sundial. End of scene. Act 2, Scene 2. Daniel and Cass's house, early morning. Daniel is getting ready to leave. Cass rushes from the bedroom to the bathroom. We hear her vomit. Daniel stands and waits.
Daniel? You're leaving already?
Yeah,
What time is it?
it's about 6:30. Go back to bed.
Hold on.
We hear the toilet flush, then her gargling and spitting. She enters.
Why so early?
I got a job about an hour away.
Hour. Why are they sending you?
It's a big job, too. Not sure how long it'll take. Might be getting home late this week, so. Sorry. It's not my choice.
If it's the job, it's the job.
That's right.
Why are you lying to me?
You think I'm lying? Why?
Because every time you do, you can't help showing how much you hate it. You have a good reason, at least?
Yeah, I think so.
Would I choose to have you keep it from me if I knew what it was?
I don't know, Cass. I think so. I guess it's something I got to figure out.
All right.
Why'd you move here from Virginia?
What?
I almost think I never asked you why you moved here. Or if I did, I forgot.
Ask me when I'm happier with you.
All right. All right. I'm sorry you're so sick.
Yeah, it sucks, but I guess I knew the job was dangerous when I took it.
Yeah, well, I'll see you tonight.
Try to find time to hunt in the next few days. We're low on meat, somehow.
Cass exits. End of scene. Act 2, Scene 3. Galen's front yard. Winnie is hanging up laundry and talking to Daniel while he works under the house.
I can't get enough of them. These dogs do the cutest things and smart like you wouldn't believe. The way they dart back and forth between the bars. It'd be so nice to have a dog. They love so completely. You can see it in their eyes. Bless their little hearts. Well, we can't have one. What? Galen's allergies.
Galen's allergic?
Yeah. Allergic to fun. No, it's the fur. All kinds. Or the dander. I don't know for certain. Wouldn't be surprised if Daniel got that too. My son, Daniel, best not to risk it.
Well, that's marriage.
Well, what is?
Compromise. Right?
Yes, absolutely yes. You can't go into it thinking if it ain't this way and that this way and just exactly like this, I'll tell and leave. That'll back on you. And you gotta think of it like singing, music, and lyrics. Oh, Galen, he helped me so much. I'm really very lucky.
Lucky, yeah?
I mean, he's such a grown-up. I guess that's silly. I mean, I'm a grown-up. You're a grown-up. But I bet I'd still be trying to be some famous country singer if he didn't put my head on straight. He sees things real clear. I'd probably walk into traffic if it weren't for him, silly as I am.
Daniel enters, covered in dirt and carrying his toolbox. He pretends to look through his tools.
You don't miss it?
What?
Singing.
Oh, gracious. I'm real happy now.
That's good. That's good. I told you my wife's pregnant with our first.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to decide if we want more. You two raising Daniel as an only child?
I wouldn't mind more kids, but I stopped asking Galen. He don't like to say things twice. I'd always imagined having a little girl. But this way, Daniel can have all my love. I know I'm probably spoiling him. I don't care.
You remember you told me you were pregnant before Daniel.
Oh, goodness. Once I get going, I don't know.
Yeah. I was wondering, but it's probably not my place to ask.
No, go on, honey. You can't me.
All right. Well, do you know if it was going to be a boy or a girl?
I don't like to talk about it.
Right. Yeah. Of course. Sorry. I guess I'm nervous about mine. We're finding out at the next ultrasound. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Counting down the days.
That's nice. It was going to be a baby girl, but it wasn't the right time. We'd been together almost no time at all, and Galen thought adding another person to the mix wouldn't be a good fit.
Galen thought that.
We both did. Couldn't get it done around here, though. Not that far along. I had to go out of state. It was the right decision, but some days I still feel like we're all not here yet. You know?
It's good that you two can make those hard decisions together.
Don't give me too much credit. It's easy to do when you're married to someone who always knows best.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Things like that, they can get some people all twisted up. You know, I heard this one couple, and well, they ain't healthy as you and Galen.
Oh no.
Yeah, they would. They would. Well, it's not nice to hear.
I don't mind.
Well, the man would, I guess you call it, torture the woman. Yeah, torture. Say things, do things, hurt her, all while keeping her dependent to him, you know?
Awful. Awful.
Daniel picks up a wrench.
This is the one. I don't know how much of it's true, though. You know, it's hard to tell with these things, especially when the victim won't say nothing. Sounds crazy to me, but who knows? Maybe it ain't as uncommon as I think. You ever hear something like that? It don't make no sense to me. What kind of animal would do that?
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes I think everyone's one kind of animal or another, deep down.
End of scene. Act 2, Scene 4. Daniel and Cass's house, late morning. Cass is standing at the table, puzzling over a logbook. A bag sits on the table. There's a knock on the door.
Come on in, Johnny.
Johnny Boy enters, looking disheveled.
All right, Cass.
Hey,
Johnny Boy doesn't move from the door.
you have to take the golf cart to get here? I'll just bring it to you myself next time Daniel can't. Got you right here.
Johnny Boy crosses over and picks up the bag.
Feels light.
It is. I'm trying to figure out why. We're lower on meat than we should be. Daniel needs to hunt, but he's out doing God knows what the past few days.
Mama's been weird too. I get the feeling something's up.
Yeah. Anyway, could Daniel have given you extra last time? Wait, no, he logged it. Of course he did. How's your leg, by the way?
Still shorter than the other one.
Besides that, my tax loan still working for you?
I guess.
There's something wrong, Johnny?
I just been thinking about how I don't know what I'm gonna do once Mama goes.
Yeah. It'll be hard, no question.
No, I mean, what will I do? All my life, I more or less just did what Daniel and her told me to. Well, there's sometimes when I don't, but still. You know, I wasn't supposed to live to 20. At least that's what they said. Now I'm 24.
You could get a job.
Not with my fits and everything. I can't.
Sure you could. You're smart.
Smart. How the fuck am I smart?
I just know you, Johnny. You're smart. In your way.
Sure I am. A goddamn mountain of potential. I tried painting again last night.
Oh. I see. How'd it go?
Same always. Boring at first, then it kinda started coming together. Then it started feeling like I was doing what I ought to be doing. Like I was scratching an itch on my soul. Like the whole universe was lining up with me in the middle. Then I woke up on the floor covered in piss. A seizure every time I get going, like clockwork.
I'm sorry, Johnny.
Everyone's supposed to have their thing, so how come God looked down at me and said, "Nah, he don't get to have his"? How's that fair? Mama's always saying I got the soul of a poet, whatever that means. Wish I knew what was going on with her lately. I know there's something, but she won't answer me direct on anything. Her and Daniel, they think I can't take things, so they decide for me. You know, you're the only one who calls me Johnny. They always gotta call me Johnny Boy or just Boy on its own. I asked Daniel not to, but he forgets. I hate it.
I didn't know that.
I hate it? Oh yes, I do. I ain't a goddamn kid anymore.
That's kind of my point.
What is?
That you need to get out of that RV. Find something to do. If not a job, something. Daniel and your mother love you, but Daniel's never been good about letting people do things for themselves. And Vera, well, it's not good for you.
Daniel don't mean nothing by it though.
I know he doesn't.
That's how he I don't know, cares. He's gotta do it.
I know. Believe me, Daniel is nothing if not mercilessly well-intentioned. But you gotta live your own life, and I think you'd surprise yourself. Maybe you could even get someone of your own.
The girls don't exactly line up for runt gimps like me. In case you didn't notice.
It doesn't have to be a girl, you know.
What? What? What are you? What?
I'm serious.
Dude, there ain't nothing to what you're saying.
All right.
Ain't nothing to do with it. You you got it all wrong. You don't know me as well as you think.
All right, Johnny. Well, that's my 2 cents. Do what you want. I've got to figure out this meat shortage, so
All right, I'm going.
He doesn't move. After a second, Cass crosses to him.
let's see. It's gonna be all right.
As soon as he touches his arm, Johnny Boy abruptly turns and exits. End of scene. Act 2, Scene 5. Galen's office at the refinery afternoon. Galen's office is downstage right, consisting of a desk with a chair behind it. Galen is seated behind his desk, and Daniel sits in a chair in front.
That's the long and short of it. I know it's outside code, but goddamn if these power regulations ain't a burden. And we put up with our fair share of bullshit around here already, believe you me. But this in particular, such a burden on the boys. You ask them, they'll tell you. Just another piece of dumb fuckery got shat out, sent here by men who ain't never had grease on their hands in their lives, so they're eating chicken or tugging dick. But then we had a little scare on the job a couple of weeks back. Nothing big, but I decided we got to do it right. Now my usual guy's gone. I need someone who can get everything in order and do it discreetly. You get me? Cat got your tongue? I can't hear you.
Nah, I understand you. But I do everything through Newman Electric. You understand?
Of course, but what's that to me and you? They already got you out of the house, not at the house, so maybe it takes a little longer than expected. They got a tracker on your car now?
No, but I guess it still strikes me as a little strange.
Daniel, we don't know each other. But I don't talk about these things lightly, not when it comes down to the nut cutting. You struck me as a man who can be trusted with a secret. Was I wrong about that?
No.
There you go. My cards are on the table. My word is my bonds. Don't believe me, believe the 80 men who bust their asses for me. Now, you might say, well, you pay them, and that's true. But you tell me why our productivity pushes everyone else's shit in Countrywide. Because my boys know I'm in the batting box for them. The whole reason I color outside the lines in the first place is for them. Now, I'm going back in. That's for them, too.
I hear one of your guys died on the job a couple years back.
I don't know, did you? Goddamn Winnie in her mouth. You know, there are days when I think I really wanted a cat. Yes, we lost a man, Oscar. He was working on a tower when some hydrogen sulfide knocked him unconscious. He fell close to 100 feet. Didn't wake up all the way down. We all felt that one. But it don't change nothing. You learn, you adapt. What else can you do?
I hear you.
Daniel, I took a risk bringing you in like this. That's not nothing.
I know. I'm thinking about it.
He pulls out a cigarette.
Mind if I smoke?
Yes, I do.
What? I'm trying to quit anyway.
Good for you. Proud to say I never smoked or drank a day in my life. I don't want you leaving this office without knowing what the next step is. So you want to smoke, all you got to do is tell me we're in business.
I guess I got no choice then. We're in business.
Now that's a good word, son. This goddamn back.
Sorry. Sorry, you reminded me of someone there for just a sec.
Yeah, you in 20 years when you're running that company of yours.
I got ahead. I just remembered something.
Already? was going to show you our setup.
Yeah, another time. Sorry.
Well, drop by tomorrow. When there ain't work going on, I'll show you.
Tomorrow.
Anytime after 5, I'll stay till 9 most nights.
Daniel nods, then leaves, still shaken by something. End of scene. Act 2, Scene 6. Vera's RV, desk. Vera is having Johnny Boy rearrange the furniture. They're both drinking whiskey from the same bottle.
No, it's all wrong. Move the armchair back to the right.
We've done that twice already.
I need to see it.
Christ on a fucking cracker, Mana.
You watch your mouth.
There's a knock at the door. Johnny Boy goes to answer, but Daniel enters before he can.
Where you been?
Get out of here, Johnny Boy. Me and Mama got to talk.
What?
Go to your room, boy. We'll figure this out later.
No.
Now go on. I mean it.
Why though? Why do I gotta leave?
It's something that don't concern you.
No, fuck that. I ain't going. Whatever you two got going on, I want in on it. Say what you gotta say.
Well, just stop being a little shit ass.
Listen. One day I will tell you. But tonight you got to trust me.
No, I don't trust you, Daniel. Say what you gotta say. What do you need to keep from me? I mean, ain't I a Hauser? I said, ain't I a Hauser?
Sure you are.
A shit ass Hauser.
Then I can take it. Whatever it is. Cass said it. I ain't no goddamn kid anymore. All this time I've been told that we're some kind of clan that sticks together. That we got some kind of dumb fuck faggot ass code, like we're the goddamn Hatfields and McCoys or something, and it's bullshit. When you can't even look me in the eye and tell me that, and no, god damn it, no.
Johnny Boy falls to the floor and begins having a seizure. Daniel rushes to clear space around him, then kneels next to him and turns him on his side.
Kind of sad, really.
They watch him.
All right, Johnny, you're all right.
Johnny Boy continues seizing for about 45 seconds. Daniel watches him sadly. He wants to touch him, but doesn't.
You gonna lay on him?
Oh, he said last time we're not supposed to.
Well, it's going awful long.
Johnny Boy finally stops seizing and is still. Daniel puts his hand on Johnny Boy's head and sits with him a moment.
Put him to bed.
What do you do?
You had a fit. That's all.
So stupid.
You should rest. Here. I'll.
Daniel tries to lift Johnny Boy, but Johnny Boy swats him away. Johnny Boy crawls to his room and exits, his head hanging in exhaustion. Again, Daniel follows him and makes sure he's in bed.
He's lying down.
Well, is it done?
No, Mama, it ain't done.
No. What you been doing all this time?
I've talked to Galen this afternoon.
You talk to Galen?
I got some questions.
Why are you talking to him at all?
I'm trying to figure out what's what. I'm trying to.
I done told you what's what.
Listen to me. He don't smoke.
So what?
You said he put out his cigarettes on you.
He did.
Mama, he said he'd never smoked a day in his life.
No, he's a filthy liar. We knew that already.
He don't know who I am. He got no cause to lie to me about that.
Daniel, honey, you can't trust anything that comes from him. He'll rewrite his whole life if it helps him that day. There's no truth in him. He don't even think like that.
Yeah, there's something else.
Of course there is. Should have never talked to him.
There was this moment today. He said something, and the way he said it and the look in his eyes, it was exactly like Johnny Boy.
Okay. I don't know why on earth that would be.
Yeah, there's no reason he should remind me of Johnny Boy, Mama. Ain't that right?
That's right.
Then why? Why did he look like him, sound like him?
You got him on you now. He is up in your mind, getting you disease and crisscross just from talking to him.
We left when I was 1, right? 6 years before Johnny. You got to tell me right now, is there any way Galen could be his father?
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Sometimes in my life are fuzzy stretches where I would, on top of my mind.
Is Johnny my full brother?
You are brothers either way. What difference does it make?
I want to know. It means something. I don't know why.
Don't. You are brothers, the both of you. I can't swear to it past that.
But Mama, how am I supposed to believe what happened way back when you don't know what happened 7 years after?
Well, what do you think that is? It's cause of Galen, what he did, what he is. Yeah, you're right. I ain't clear on everything since, but that ain't proof against what happened. I am that way because it happened.
It's different when you're looking a man in the eye. Galen's a shitheel. He don't seem like a monster, and I'm not gonna.
He's every bit a monster. He hurt me, and he hurt us.
Mama, he is us.
No, don't you ever say that. Not ever. Joy was one of us.
I don't know what to do, Mama.
When I left, he tried to stop me. He came at me, grabbing at you, pulling at your head. But I got me one of his knives and I stabbed him in the chest as hard as I could. I thought I'd killed him. Wish the hell I had. You want your proof? You check out that scar on his chest, then you know what I'm saying is the truth. I did it to save you. And now I am asking you, save me. You was born in but I raised you a Hauser. Maybe you're more now than I thought. Makes me sick to say it. Don't you speak to me again unless it is done.
Vera exits. Daniel looks at the whiskey bottle. End of scene. Act 2, Scene 8. Daniel and Cass's house late that night. Cass is sitting at the table with a finished dinner plate, staring at the door. A large, meaty platter of food is set at Daniel's place. After a few moments, Daniel enters. He's been drinking, but is attempting to cover for it.
Cass.
He crosses to the table and looks at his plate.
Sorry. I know it's.
You should pop it in the microwave.
Yeah.
He picks up the plate and starts towards the kitchen, then stops and looks at the food.
No, I'll have it cold.
Go on. Heat it up.
And I'll have it like this, if that's all right.
Where are you?
I had the job today and stopped by Mama's.
Before coming here?
And I needed to talk to her.
About what? What is going on?
I can't talk about it, Cass.
And I'm supposed to just accept that? Well, you don't look well, Danny. You look sick.
It's good. Is this the buck from Saturday?
No. We're all out of that.
Already? Well, what's this then?
Buck?
From last week?
No. This is the buck I shot and killed this afternoon.
You what?
I went hunting this afternoon.
With the baby. How could you do that?
Very slowly.
I can't believe you. What have you been bit by a rattlesnake? Or, there's boars out there, Cass. All sorts of things. You can't be doing that with our baby. Use my rifle?
I used the family rifle, yes.
You even know your way around one?
Yes, I do. My dad used to take me hunting in Virginia. I was pretty sure I could do it.
Yeah, well, why would you?
Well, to be honest, sitting out there in the brush, I started feeling pretty stupid. I was about to give up when this beautiful buck appeared right in front of me, as if he was just presenting himself. I took the shot, and it only took one.
Reckless. Reckless and
Daniel
stupid.
shoves his plate away.
I never really liked hunting, conceptually. I mean, I accept it, but gotta say, killing that animal made me feel more alive than I have in a while.
Daniel stands up and picks up his plate as if to smash it. He stops himself and sets it down, shakily.
Never again. Not ever.
I don't know, Daniel. We might need meat. You're not around. Should I start ordering fast food again?
First, you endanger our baby. Now you're going to make a joke out of it? Well, that's just you to a T.
Should I go out and stare at chickens all day?
Look, your emotions. They're all mixed up right now, and you got to hold
My emotions? God, are you really telling me about pregnancy hormones, Daniel? I'm a nurse.
Well, if you know, then act like you know.
I am. I'm questioning everything I am thinking and feeling. Don't you worry. But I can't just sit around. I can't.
It's about safety, Cass. You gotta be.
No, I always end up thinking the same thing when I do.
Which is what?
That I'm not cut out for this.
For what? For marriage?
No. Sometimes I think you're going to be a great father, Daniel, but I don't know. This pregnancy has been so hard, and all for something that sometimes I don't think I'll make a good mother.
Cass. You're the most caring person I ever met.
Not like you think. The patients, Johnny, even Vera, they're projects for me. I show care because it helps the project.
And you're great at it. What more do you need?
Love. Daniel, feeling that you'd lay down your life for someone. Child isn't a checklist. I remember in nursing school, my friends would always tell me that they loved working with the patients, but they hated the academic side of things. I was always the opposite. I'm not like you. You hold everyone to your heart. You nearly strangle us with it sometimes. I hold people to my head.
You are loving, Cass.
With you. I am with you. You're a rock, Daniel, in the best and worst ways. And I love you. Awfully. And there are times when I'm angry with you. About half the time nowadays, but still something. And now you're not here. Even when you are. Even right now.
She gets up and crosses to him. She touches his hair, then sniffs.
Jesus, are you drunk?
There's some whiskey at Mama's.
You stay out till midnight, and then you come home drunk? You need to tell me what is going on.
I can't.
Is there somebody else?
No.
I know. I know there isn't. For some reason, I hate that I knew that.
I'm trying to end it, Cass. Believe me.
I believe you. But you're not sleeping in my bed tonight. Not like that. Not like that.
End of scene. Act 2, Scene 9. Galen's front yard, late afternoon. Daniel is finishing up wiring a light on the porch while Winnie sits on the steps, drinking wine, watching him.
But you never can tell these days.
Right.
And we're all of us looking for that thing. Some of us don't ever get it. Some of us got it and don't ever know it. Listen to me. What am I talking about?
Well, guess I'm done.
Already?
And it took longer than usual, as is.
Well, thank you. I'm sure you did it up right. Sad to see you go. I guess I got acquainted to talking with you with little Daniel in baseball practice in the afternoons, but you'll be around if you're working with Galen. You're probably sick of hearing me anyway.
I wouldn't say that. You and Galen are, I don't know, interesting.
You always look at me like I got something to say. And sometimes I feel like I do. Listen to me. I'm so silly. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I'm so silly.
Daniel moves closer to her cautiously.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Don't know why I'm crying. Especially when I'm so happy. Don't make any sense.
Are you happy? Is there something else?
Daniel sits down next to her on the steps, gingerly.
Winnie, do you have something to tell me? Something you need to tell someone?
Winnie tries to speak, but can't. She looks around, checking for neighbors in eyeshot. Suddenly, she leans in and kisses Daniel. Daniel stands up and backs away in shock.
Did I do wrong?
I don't know. I didn't.
I thought that was.
No, it's not what I meant.
Oh God. Oh God. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. Don't.
I thought you always pay such close attention. No one's ever done that for me my whole life. I always wanted someone who would really. Oh my God. Oh Jesus, please. Don't tell Galen. Oh, don't tell Galen what I did.
I'm not.
Please. He'll kill me. He'll kill me.
I won't tell.
Promise me.
What did you mean he'll kill you?
I need you to promise.
I promise. I promise. Now tell me what you meant.
I mean, I like you so good. You make me feel so much better. You're a lot like Galen, you know? So gentle.
What do you mean he'll kill you, Winnie? Does he hurt you?
What?
Does Galen hurt you?
Why would you even ask something like that?
Winnie, please. Does he ever hit you?
I guess everybody hits everybody sooner or later. It don't make no difference.
But he does hit you, though.
What does it matter?
It matters a whole lot. Does he have a scar? Right here.
What are you talking about? You're confusing me. Why are you acting this way, Daniel? I don't like it.
It's important. Winnie.
Why? What's it matter to you?
Because I'm his relative. I need to know who he is.
You're what? A relative? I don't understand.
It's all right.
Who are you coming here like this, getting me all mixed up? What's the matter with you?
I want to help.
You're scaring me. I think you ought to leave.
Don't be scared.
I don't know you. I don't know what you're doing. Go now. I mean it.
When he starts to go inside, Daniel tries to stop her.
Please.
Don't come any closer. I'll scream.
Daniel backs away.
Go. Go.
I'm sorry.
Daniel exits stage right.
Don't ever come to our house again. Ever.
When he comes down the steps, watching him go, she sits at the little table in the yard. After a moment,
down to the steps, watching him go. She sits at the little table in the yard. After a moment, she sees a neighbor across the street and speaks as cheerily as she can.
Oh no, everything's fine. There was this little mean-old dog, and but everything's fine now. He ran off. Thanks anyway. God, what did I do? What did I do? What did I ever do so wrong?
Lights fade. End of scene. Act 2, Scene 10. Galen's office, 7 p.m. Daniel is standing in the office alone, waiting nervously. He rubs his left pocket absentmindedly. The clock ticks. Galen enters briskly.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Had to check some gauges, whatnot.
No problem.
Damn, boy, you okay?
I'm fine. It's nothing. All right. Ready when you are.
For what?
Oh, you wanted to...
Oh, the tour. Of course, all finished at the house?
Yep. This afternoon.
Good. You finish after 5?
Not sure. A little, maybe.
Well, look at you.
Galen goes behind his desk and sits. He smiles at Daniel cheerfully.
We doing this?
Oh, sure. Sure, if you like. That's what you're here for.
Well, let's get going.
Straight to the point. I admire that. Wish I had 10 more like you, Daniel. Most people will, they're pretty fucking undependable. But Gee, you're like a piece of machinery, all pistons firing in one direction. You do what you do, don't you?
I don't know what you're talking about. If you're being funny, it ain't working. Now either we're doing this, we're going, or I'll walk.
That right there, you're assertive, but you're not a dick about it. You're quiet but thoughtful. Somebody gave you all the cards. Proud to call you a friend. My friend Daniel. Must be the clouds in my eyes.
I ain't your friend, Gielan. I thought we could do business together. And I don't know what it is you heard, and it don't matter. But I'm not ready to throw this deal.
The deal. Hellfire, boy.
All right, I'm going.
Daniel goes to leave.
It's you, ain't it, Daniel?
Daniel stops.
Yeah, never was no deal. Not really. Guess I was just fucking around, trying to figure you out. What's your game anyway? Did you know who I was when you first came out to the house, or did you figure it out on the fly? And Miller, where's that come from? My pride's a little hurt, for being honest. I mean, thought you could waltz in here wearing both her face and mine and snow me? What kind of a fucking dipshit you take me for?
You're right. There never was a deal. It don't really matter if you knew who I was. I thought you might all along. Or did Winnie tell you?
Winnie knows?
Yeah, she knows a little.
My God, I thought you were smart. What'd you go telling her for? Now everybody's gonna know.
I ain't sure about that. She might be pretty good at keeping secrets.
Guess we'll see. So why are you here? For the life of me, I can't figure out what's going through your head. Did Vera send you? Is that crazy bitch still alive?
Not for long. She ain't well.
Oh my God in heaven. Don't tell me. This is too funny. Fuck me. Sorry. Caught me off guard. So I take it you've got it in your head that you're here to settle accounts.
If they need settling.
Christ, that woman thinks her life is a goddamn movie. Daniel, son, you got it all wrong, buddy. If there's any accounts that need settling, I guarantee you that it ain't on her end. I don't know what sort of poison she put in your mind, but that woman wasn't right since the day I met her. Part of why I liked her. Thought she was quirky. Took a little while for me to see the full scope of it. That's on me, but the rest ain't.
She said you heard her.
What's that mean? I certainly got a temper. I never pretended otherwise. You could have just asked me that much.
So you admit to hitting her?
At times, you bet. I ain't proud of it. But she did her fair share to me, too, and don't you doubt it.
I ain't no kind of man to hit a woman.
I sense there may be some generational differences at play here, son.
She said you did worse.
She always did say a lot.
She said you tortured her.
Not me. It was that brain of hers that did that.
She said things. Crazy things. Like you saying to me just a minute ago.
I will admit that I tried to help her in ways that weren't exactly textbook. We tried the professional route, believe me. Sometimes I'd try to and say things I thought might make her come to love me better. I was just a kid, dumber than shit on a brick, really.
She said I had a sister. Joy.
That's the name she wanted. Oh boy. I bet she told you all about that business with the microwave, huh? God, this again. She took that one to the cops way back. Check the public records. There's no birth certificate for Joy Nye. Vera miscarried. She never got right about it. Guess it was hard on both of us. We had microwaves all around the house in those days. I guess she got them twisted up in it somehow. She ain't malicious, not really. She's sad. Yeah, it's me.
She said you fought over me when she left. She had to stab you in the chest to save me.
Well, hell.
He stands up, opens his shirt, and shows his chest. There is a large, ugly scar between his chest and stomach.
It's true. She did stab me. That's because she's fucking crazy, Daniel. I didn't want her taking you. The cops hauled her in over stabbing me. That's when she told them all about the microwave and everything.
Why didn't they lock her up? She's so crazy.
We let it drop. I wanted it done with. Couldn't get any real diagnosis for her problem, not back then, and she could seem sane enough for an hour at a time. I let her go. I'll let you go too. I guess I'm sorry for that. So you showed up at my house. I didn't know whether you were dead or alive.
You never saw her again after?
After what?
After she went away. She was dangerous. Why'd you steer clear of her? You steer clear of her, right?
This is ancient history, son. My question is, what do you plan on doing now?
Daniel considers him. He rubs his left pocket absentmindedly.
I think you're a liar, Galen.
Not to my people, I ain't.
I think Winnie lives in fear.
She does. Of her own shadow.
I got a decision to make.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Galen pulls a small pistol out of his pocket. As he does, some coins and a pack of cigarettes slip out and land on the floor. Daniel stares at the cigarettes. Galen aims the pistol at Daniel.
I'm assuming that's a gun you keep fondling in your pocket. At least I hope it is. Why don't you take it out real slow and put it on the floor there?
Daniel reluctantly pulls out his hunting knife and places it on the ground, still staring at the cigarettes.
A knife? Maybe if I'd been around when you was growing up, I could have taught you all about knives and gunfights and everything. You're going to want to leave now, boy.
Cigarettes. I thought you didn't smoke.
That's what you're worried about? My God, you're as batshit as she is. Get out of here. I wasn't planning on killing my own son today, but if you...
Don't call me that.
Fine. It makes it easier. Get the hell off my work site. If you ever come around making trouble for me and my people ever again, I swear I'll let God sort it out, all of you. Take your knife with you. I got plenty.
Daniel picks the knife back up. A beat. Daniel relents and exits. End of scene. Act 2, Scene 2. Daniel in Cass's backyard, 2 a.m. Daniel is downstage center, shoveling dirt into a recently dug hole. Cass enters sleepily.
Daniel? What are you doing out here?
Daniel continues shoveling.
I didn't hear you come in. What's going on?
She crosses to him and looks in the hole he's filling.
What is that? Is that some of our meat?
Daniel continues shoveling.
Daniel, why are you doing this? Answer me. You're scaring me.
She tries to look in his eyes, but has to dodge away as he shovels more dirt.
Daniel, are you awake?
Daniel doesn't respond. He continues shoveling while Cass watches him with growing fear. Blackout. End of scene. End of Act 2. All right, guys, that is Act 2. We are going to try and get going back up again at 9:05. So that'll be hopefully 9:05, and we will see you then. Okay, everyone, I'm going to be, Leroy, going to be taking over stage directions as our stage direction reader had a bit of an internet problem, and we are going to get started with Act 3. Act 3, Scene 1, Vera's RV, night. Vera and Johnny Boy are watching the news, sharing a whiskey bottle. Vera is wrapped in a blanket and has drunk herself nearly into a stupor. This television says, at a cost of $100 billion to the country, nonetheless, many Americans are taking no chances, determined to survive no matter what.
Oh, this world, boy, it's all backwards.
I know it.
You don't, you can't. Try to protect you from it. You and Daniel.
Daniel. Now there's someone who can handle himself. Daniel. I said Daniel can handle himself, can he?
Oh, yes. As long as he has a mind to.
Not like me. Not like me. Ain't that right?
You're just sensitive. You always were. Always said you got the
Soul of a poet. Yeah. You tell me that about once a week.
Well, it's true.
But what does that mean? What's it actually mean?
You know what it means.
No, I don't know. I don't. I ever tell you about the time I tried writing a poem? It was awful. I can't write a poem to save my life.
That's not what I mean.
What then? I got me the soul of a poet, but none of the talent? You know, sometimes I get the feeling you say that about me because you got nothing else to say.
Oh, quit being petulant.
I do know what you mean, though. Daniel's not like me. I don't know what it is. Sometimes it feels like he and I, we ain't even the same species. I mean, he can do anything. He ain't afraid of nothing.
Who's not?
Daniel!
Daniel's not afraid of nothing?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Well,
It's not true.
all right.
You should see him as a boy. Nightmares every night. Just about. Scared of everything. Couldn't be alone in a room. He'd leave the door open going to the bathroom. It only got better when you came along. Everything he does, for God's... Oh, he hates... What do you call him?
Snakes?
Oh,
Grocery stores?
no. It's things he can't control.
Variables?
Yeah, variables.
Oh. Huh.
Of course Daniel's afraid. How you gonna trust someone who ain't afraid of nothing?
But if Daniel's afraid too and all, and he gets to know what's going on, then why can't I?
Don't ask me about that.
Why not? What's the difference?
Told you once already, boy, it's between me and Daniel.
Yeah, you and Daniel. Daniel ain't the one who lives with you. Ain't the one who helps you when you fall, 'cause you got so drunk you forgot your legs don't work. He don't move your furniture for you. That's boy does that. Little old Johnny boy.
One thing I'll tell you is this. Don't you ever tell someone they don't remember their own lives right.
Okay.
Memories. Memories, boy. They are what we got. It's what got us here. You don't deny someone that. Don't you do it.
All right. Feels like I remember everything. Sometimes I I wish I remembered less.
You and me both.
I was remembering just the other day about how Daniel and I used to wrestle. You remember that? That was way back when Daniel was 19 and I was 13 or so. We put down some blankets on the floor and we'd wrestle. You always said we'd break our necks. I remember I'd never win. Daniel'd throw me around, flip me, beat the tar out of me. I only had about 85 pounds to hit him with. And one day, I remember we'd been wrestling and I got to crying. Daniel thought he'd hurt me, but I was just angry that I couldn't ever win. So I told him that, and I was crying, and he said, "Well, come on, Johnny boy, let's go again." And I didn't want to, and he said, "Well, come on." And I said, "All right, fine." And I rushed in at him all of a sudden, trying to surprise him, but he got a hold of my head and squashed my face down into the floor with his chest on my back. And I remember reaching up and getting an arm around his neck and shoulder and kind of kicking my legs out and twisting, and somehow I wound out on top. I flipped him. I couldn't hold him down. wasn't strong enough for that, but I'd flipped his ass. We stopped and I was all happy and laughing, and I remember him smiling at me and slapping me on the back. And then he looked down. And somehow, just from the way he looked down like that, I knew he'd let me do it. He'd let me flip him, and that was even worse than losing. That he'd let me just so I wouldn't feel some kind of bad way. I knew then I'd never beat him. That's the best I could hope for, was him feeling sorry for me and letting me have a little something every once in a while. I didn't like to wrestle after that. He'd ask and all, but I don't think we ever did again. We don't hardly even touch no more.
After a moment, Johnny Boy looks at Vera. She's fallen asleep.
Yeah.
He gets up and pulls the blanket out from around her, wraps himself in it, and sits back down on the couch.
Daniel. Johnny.
End of scene. Act 3, Scene 2. Daniel and Cass's house, afternoon. Daniel is sleeping on the couch with a wet washcloth on his forehead. Cass enters and sits next to him. She stares at him for a moment. She jostles his leg to wake him.
Daniel.
Daniel waits with a start.
Well, what's wrong?
Nothing. 3 in the afternoon, though.
3.
Daniel starts to stand, but Cass tries to stop him.
Hold on. You need to take it easy. You're sick. You have a fever.
Daniel stands up anyway.
There's nothing.
You don't remember last night at all, do you?
What about it?
You were sleepwalking, Daniel.
Sleepwalking?
You were out in the backyard burying our meat over near the garden. And I don't think it was the first time.
Daniel sits back down, stunned.
Called Newman Electric. They said you've been on sick leave all week.
What day is it?
Sunday. You need to tell me what's going on.
I can't do it, Cass.
And I've really tried to be okay with that, but I'm not.
I'm sorry.
You think this is fair? Daniel, do you think this is right?
No, it ain't fair, but
I'll get some water.
Cass exits and re-enters a moment later with water. She gives it to Daniel. As she does, he takes a deep breath and stops coughing. Daniel drinks.
What am I supposed to do? I want to throttle you, but it's like you're dying.
all I got's a little cold.
Sleepwalking and everything else, and I don't know where you are, and I don't know what's happening. I felt a little better today, just having you on the couch, having your body here, but felt like life. It's pathetic. You're making me pathetic.
Cass.
I'm thinking a lot about why I moved here. Did you ask?
Why did you?
The short version is my dad died. And my mom was letting it kill her too. So I tried to get her out of the house, and she'd say I didn't understand because I didn't love him like she did. I thought I did, but maybe I didn't. I don't know. But she said she had to take all the grief for herself. Death was everywhere I went, and everyone was indifferent. I had to leave.
After your mom passed?
No. I realized I couldn't live her life for her, so I left her to do it for herself.
How long after till she died?
She's still alive, if we're speaking technically.
She's alive. You told me you lost them both.
I did, really. She thinks I abandoned her. She never picks up the phone. I actually tried calling yesterday for the first time, and I don't know how long. There's things you can't say to a recorder.
God, no. I don't think I could stand it.
I came here because I wanted to be somewhere people still saw themselves as one, where families carried things together, but now it feels like I'm alone again.
No. No, never.
You need to end this. Whatever it is. We built this house for both of us, for all of us to live in, didn't we?
That's all I want.
Cass stands.
Rest up, Daniel. Then end it.
End of scene. Act 3, Scene 3. Apologies, there are fireworks outside. Act 3, Scene 3. Spotlight on Galen, standing between stage right and center stage, using a pocket knife to carve a small wooden figurine. There's no other light, and it's unclear where or when we are. Spotlight on Daniel, who appears behind him, holding his hunting knife. Daniel sneaks up behind Galen and hits him in the back of the head with the butt of his knife. Galen falls onto his stomach, dropping the figurine and his pocket knife. Daniel hastily searches his pockets while Galen struggles.
Key, God damn it, you fucking.
Daniel extracts the pistol and stands up. Galen scrambles for his dropped pocket knife, but Daniel kicks it away. He stands over Galen, who rolls over on his back to see his attacker.
Jesus Christ, you again? How'd you get in here? I'm guessing you didn't do what I said then. Check the records.
I checked.
And?
They don't prove nothing.
God in heaven, what more do you want? You gonna take her word for it?
I gotta take someone's. Sooner or later.
So you're choosing the word of a goddamn lunatic? Come on, son, it's a fairy tale.
I ain't here to debate you.
So your mind's made up. Then what is it you're waiting on? No, you don't know what to think. You're as lost as ever. Take the best advice you can. Listen to a man who you can look in the eye and see the make of. Someone who makes no excuses for himself, not some crazy woman who needs to explain how it ain't her fault her life turned out so shitty.
It's the word of my mother you're talking about. The woman who raised me, my blood.
I'm your blood, you dumb bastard.
Not like her.
I am. I'm your blood.
Galen starts to stand.
Stop it. I'll shoot.
Daniel presses the muzzle of the gun to Galen's head.
I ain't afraid. Why'd I be afraid of you? You're part of me, Danny boy.
Galen suddenly grabs the gun and knife. Daniel tries to wrestle them away, but is surprised by Galen's strength. Galen knees Daniel in the groin, and the gun clatters to the floor. Daniel grabs onto Galen to keep him from going for the gun. They fall to the ground, with Galen landing on top. They struggle over the hunting knife.
Get off me!
Daniel uses his legs to turn Galen over so that Daniel lands on top, both still clutching the knife. Blackout. In the darkness, there are sounds of Daniel struggling, then groaning.
Daniel, what are you doing?
Lights up on Daniel in Cass's house, nighttime. Daniel is lying on the floor in front of the couch, struggling with no one. He's been sleepwalking. Cass is standing over him. Daniel looks at her with surprise, disoriented.
Okay, you're safe. You're home.
Daniel turns over, revealing his hunting knife, which is lodged deeply in his bicep.
Oh my God. Daniel.
Daniel's body grows rigid. Then he begins to have a seizure.
Oh no. Oh no, okay. Okay.
Cass acts quickly, turning him on his side and trying to apply pressure to the wound. But she can't get him to hold still for long enough. She runs to the phone.
If you can hear me, Daniel, I'm calling 911. Stay calm, baby.
End of scene. Act 3, Scene 4. Daniel in Cass's house, morning. Cass walks in, supporting Daniel, who is drowsy and loopy from pain medication. He has a bandage on his arm. Cass sits Daniel down on the couch. He sits motionless.
6 more hours until your next dose. How are you feeling?
Funny.
Not surprising. Latest dose will kick in soon. You should sleep.
Daniel lies down on the couch.
Come on, sleep in the bed.
I'm fine here.
Keep your arm elevated,
You tell us that?
like 3 times.
Daniel raises his arm.
I need to figure out a way to make sure you don't get up and walk around.
You duct tape me? I mean it.
Really?
Yeah. I'm a danger.
Well, I guess I don't have any better ideas. Hold on.
Cass exits and returns with duct tape. She crosses to the couch.
You know something?
What?
I used to think I was a good person.
What do you mean?
I mean, I used to think I knew what a good person was and that I was one.
And now you're not?
I don't know. I don't know what's right. I don't know what makes someone good. I don't know who to listen to, who to help.
Daniel, I don't know what's been going on with you, but I've never thought you weren't a good person. I don't even think for a moment.
I can't help you. Johnny boy, I can't help. Mom, I'm trying to. I can't even help myself.
You do help. You help us all so much.
No, it ain't enough. I tried to end it, like you said, but it feels like it won't ever be done with.
How did you try?
I tried for you, for Mama, even Winnie.
Winnie? What's Winnie?
She's this person that I know.
Who? Daniel, tell me who she is.
She, mine. I guess she's my stepmother.
I don't know what you're talking about. Tell me. Please. I can't help if I don't know what we're fighting.
It's this thing with Mama. She told me about my father. His name's Galen Nye. He runs an oil refinery in Kingsville, about an hour away.
Is that where you've been? Kingsville? Doing what?
Getting to know him.
That's it?
I'm trying to figure out if what Mama said about him was true.
What'd she say?
She wants me to kill him.
Oh. Why would she want that?
Said he's evil. He abused her.
We knew he'd hit her.
He's a sadist. He tortured her. That I had a sister, and he killed her because he didn't want no daughter.
God. Do you think it's true?
I don't know what's true. I know he's a bad man. I know that he hurts Winnie, his wife. And he's a liar. But Winnie and the kid, they rely on Galen. Maybe they're afraid of him, but maybe they're better off. But how's it my place? Maybe it ain't. Maybe it's Mama's. I don't know if I can put that on her either. And I've been thinking about it so much every day, and I can't tell you what all I've been thinking. Feels like spiders in my brain.
Do you think he really killed your sister?
He probably did.
Daniel is getting drowsier as the pain meds kick in.
But I don't know for certain. I keep thinking that I can know. But I still got to do something. Mama said if it ain't done before she's gone, I ain't her son anymore.
No. How could she say that? I'm so sorry.
I got this feeling. Like this is the most important question ever put to me, and I don't know the answer. But I still got to choose. No one can do it for me. I got to do it for Mom. For me, for you, for... I'm afraid I might do wrong, and it hurts for everybody. I ain't half the man I wanted to be.
Cass comes over to him, kneels down, and hugs him.
Where'd you get that heart, mister?
But anyway, every way I look at it, it looks like I might be on the road to hell.
All right, quiet now, Daniel. You should rest. Hold on.
Cass lays Daniel on his back, elevates his injured arm, and puts tape across his shoulders and chest, sticking it to the couch. He looks at her sadly.
I love you.
I love you.
I love you. I'm sorry.
Thank you for telling me.
Bad thing in your life. Ain't nobody can do it for me.
Daniel falls asleep. Cass kisses his forehead and stands up. She looks down at him, then paces around the room, thinking. She looks down at Daniel. She paces around the room. End of scene. Act 3, Scene 5. Galen's front yard the next day, mid-afternoon. Galen is under his house, looking at the wiring.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
Galen? You're home so early. Is something wrong?
Galen comes out from under the house, groaning, covered in dirt. He grips his back and glares at her.
The day the power went out last week, I need you to tell me everything that happened.
I've been thinking about that because of Daniel Miller saying he's your whatever he is.
Right. And?
It all seemed normal at the time. All that happened was the power went out and Mr. Miller showed up to fix it.
Did you call and report the outage?
One of the neighbors usually does that.
So you didn't notice our house was the only one affected, and Daniel just showed up?
Electrician Daniel.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I want to make sure I understand. Yes, he knocked on the door and said there'd been reports of an outage.
How long was that after we lost power?
I don't remember.
Try.
Maybe 30 minutes.
And I don't suppose in those 30 minutes you thought to check the panel, make sure the breakers hadn't been flipped manually.
I don't know anything about all that.
God fucking damn it!
This has got me so nervous, Dylan. You think I could have a cigarette?
No.
Sounds of a vehicle approaching. Young boy enters. He crosses to Winnie, not looking at Galen. Winnie waves to the vehicle.
Thanks, Wanda. Hi, sweetheart. Have a good day.
Young boy says, uh-huh.
Good. Head on inside. We'll do homework in a little while, and don't eat too much before dinner, you bad thing.
Young boy begins to exit.
Come here a minute, boy. I'll tell you something.
Young boy considers Galen.
Well, come on.
Young boy goes to Galen. Galen tries to kneel down to speak to him, but can't with his back. He stands over young boy instead.
There's something you ought to know. Remember how you lied? Told me this morning about the fight at school?
Young boy says, I didn't fight.
Stop it, Danny. Right now. Joshua's dad works for me. He told me everything.
Young boy hangs his head.
I don't really mind the fighting. What I mind is you being sideways with me.
Young boy says, I'm sorry.
It's good that you're sorry. We can discuss your punishment later. But my reaction this morning, it wasn't fair. Got a lot on my mind these days, and you should know that. All that anger, that wasn't you. It was me.
He's saying he's sorry, Daniel.
I'm saying, yeah. I guess I'm saying I'm sorry.
Young boy says, okay.
Head on inside, Danny.
Quit interrupting, Winnie. Daniel. You should know you ain't got to lie to me. You're my son, and I love you, and nothing's going to change that. Remember how I told you trust is like a rope?
Young boy nods. Galen extends his hand.
Let's make a deal right now. No more lying. Deal?
After a moment, young boy shakes Galen's hand. Young boy says, "Deal."
And you know what they say, honesty is the most important quality. So if you can fake that, you got it made. I'm just yanking your chain, son. You go on in. Mom and I are talking.
Galen pats him as young boy exits.
That was nice, Galen. With everything going on.
Uh-huh. It all looks good.
I think it is good. Truly.
What? No. I'm saying under the house. It looks good.
Oh, I thought.
We rewired everything. But you know what? If there wasn't ever any problem to begin with, I'm thinking we were sabotaged. Now it comes.
Sabotaged? Well, we shouldn't pay then.
Don't say useless things to me right now. That ain't all. Some kind of retard guy was wandering around my work today. My boys couldn't get him to leave. I come out to talk to him, and he just smiles at me, won't stop. I was fixing to get ugly about it when he turned and left.
Who was it?
Another one of hers, I bet. Yeah. Get you coming on back.
What do you mean?
You crazy fucking cunt.
Galen?
Not you.
Who?
Her.
Galen turns to her and taps his chest where his scar is.
Her. But I thought she died. If only.
You're saying she sent them? Why? Why is she doing this? What's she want?
She wants to hurt. That's always what she wants.
What will we do? Oh God, Galen, I'm so scared. Could I please have one cigarette?
I already told you once.
Please, Galen. I've been good all day. I ironed, I cooked, everything. You said if I was good. And I'm so jittery. I'm dying for one.
Galen takes the cigarettes out and hands one to her, disgusted. He pockets the carton.
Thank you. You're so good to me.
He kisses his cheek and goes to sit in one of the lawn chairs.
Starting next week, you're off of them completely. I don't like having them on me. Didn't you learn already?
Winnie sits down. She pulls out a lighter and flicks it on him. The moment she does, a shot rings out. A bullet hits Galen on one side of the head and comes out the other. Winnie is splattered with blood as Galen crumbles. Winnie sits frozen. Galen half turns to Winnie.
Is someone...
Galen dies.
Galen? Galen? What happened?
She crosses to his body and kneels next to it.
No. Galen. My Galen.
She cradles his body and wails.
Don't you leave me. Don't you leave me alone. Please. Please, I can't do it alone.
Young boy enters from the house and watches in stunned silence as Winnie cries over Galen's body. End of scene. Act 3, Scene 6. Daniel and Cass's house, night. Daniel is still duct taped to the couch, but he's awake and alert. Cass enters.
Hey,
Hey,
you looking better? Did you sleep all day?
woke up once, been real thirsty. Tried to call for you, but you weren't gone. Did I ask you to duct tape me?
Yeah. Don't you remember?
A little, I guess.
Cass crosses to him and begins stripping the tape.
I went and picked you up some sleep meds. You're supposed to help. Picked up some food too. That felt strange.
You bought food?
Just until you're better. I'll get you some water.
Cass exits. Johnny boy enters carefully.
Daniel,
Johnny boy, why are you out so late?
I want to come by. Heard you've been having some problems.
Yeah, I guess I have.
Cass was saying you had yourself a seizure. Is that right?
Cass returns with a glass of water.
Ronnie,
Yeah, a bit of one.
Cass is frozen. Daniel turns to Cass, expecting his water. She comes to and hands Daniel the water.
God damn, I mean, that's pretty crazy, ain't it?
Huh.
You never had one before, did you? Did you?
Back in Kuwait, after Kyle and Bobby and everything, I had a couple of that. Part of what got me sent home.
No fooling. God damn. You should have told me. Guess we're brothers after all.
Yeah, I guess so.
all right, Johnny. Daniel needs to rest.
You need anything, Daniel? Anything at all?
Thanks. Cass got it handled.
We're gonna be all right.
You know, I'd help you if you asked. I'd do anything. You know that, don't you?
I do.
You're important to me and Mama. All of us.
Thanks.
We'll keep you updated.
I mean, that's why I done it.
Johnny.
You done what?
It's over, Daniel.
What's over?
I took Mama's car. The old death trap. It was about out of gas. Had to stop and fill it up on the way.
Johnny, please.
You drove?
Just listen now. Yeah, I drove for almost an hour. Then I didn't have no fits or nothing. Not a twitch. All I felt was clear. I drove all the way out to so
Kingsville. Why'd you do something so foolish?
I told you, Daniel. It's done. Cass told me everything. All about how much you've been hurting and why I couldn't let that go on.
Why'd you tell him? Did I told you?
He came by to check on you. He's your brother, Daniel. He was worried sick, just like me. I didn't know that he...
Cass, no. Tell me. No.
I took the old rifle out of your closet, and you don't got to be scared either. I made sure he was the guy, but when the time came, he didn't get scared. He didn't get hurt. He just all of a sudden wasn't. That's what I done for you, Daniel. Daniel.
Daniel is catatonic. A long silence.
Daniel, Gravy?
Daniel stands up. He walks past Johnny Boy, uncomprehendingly.
I'll take it on me. I don't mind. They'll probably arrest me. I know that. What do I care? I got nothing else going. Plus the fact that he wasn't my blood. He's nobody to me. And now you don't got it. Now you don't got it hanging over you.
He walks over to Daniel and places their foreheads together.
I love you, Daniel. I always did.
No. No, it had to be me. I had to choose. I had to choose.
Sit down, Daniel. Come on and sit.
It had to be me.
I'd always felt like I couldn't ever repay you for all you've done. You always done so much. Let me carry it for you. Just this once. Is that so hard, Danny boy?
Daniel looks into Johnny Boy's eyes for the first time since getting the news.
What did you say?
I only mean, you know.
You fucking bastard!
Daniel pounces on Johnny Boy, knocking him to the floor and climbing on top of him. Johnny Boy shrieks.
Daniel, no!
Cass rushes to pull Daniel off. Daniel claws at Johnny Boy's face, sinking his thumb into Johnny Boy's eye. Johnny Boy howls in pain. Cass pulls at Daniel. Daniel begins to choke Johnny Boy. Cass pulls and pulls at him.
Stop it, it's Johnny! It's Johnny!
Cass can't budge Daniel. She jumps on his back and wraps her arms under his chin. He rears backwards, headbutting her in the face by accident. She falls back, dazed. Johnny Boy is turning blue. Cass recovers, stands up, and with rage in her eyes, grabs a handful of Daniel's hair, pulling him with all her strength.
Get off him! Let him go!
Daniel finally notices Cass. He half gets off and is half pulled off Johnny Boy. Cass rushes to help Johnny Boy.
Oh, my eye! You gouged my fucking eye, Daniel!
Johnny Boy wails while Cass tries to inspect the damage. Daniel sinks to his hands and knees and howls like a wounded animal. Then he has a coughing fit. Once it ends, all is quiet but Johnny Boy's whimpering. Daniel looks at them both.
You don't know what you did. You'll never know what you did.
Cass looks back at Daniel. They stare at each other while Johnny Boy cries in pain. End of scene. Act 3, Scene 7. Vera's RV later that night. Vera watches television, drinking her whiskey.
Boy! Boy!
There's a knock at the door.
Come on in. Don't make me roll all that way.
Daniel enters.
Daniel. You seen Roy? Boy? I don't know where he is.
He's at my place.
Oh. You're here. Does that mean... Is it done? Daniel?
It's done.
I didn't feel it. I always thought I'd feel it when it happened. Oh, but oh Lord. Oh my Lord. I can breathe. Oh, I feel like I can breathe for the first time. Daniel, my son, thank you. Thank you. Oh, I can't tell you. Oh, it's like I'm floating. I feel like dancing. Daniel, get me up out of this chair. I feel like dancing.
It ain't nothing to dance about.
Oh, sweet Jesus, don't you know I would have loved to have seen it? If only I could have seen it. Tell me about it. Did he know? Did he know when he was going? How'd you do it?
Well, Mama, it ain't like you said.
Did you do it smart? Make it look like an accident?
What happened was my rifle. I shot him with my rifle.
With your rifle? Is that... Can't they trace something like that? Can't they, Daniel? What about Cass? What about your baby?
Yeah, they can.
Why? Why didn't you do it like I said?
Well, Mama, I thought about it and I decided if I was going to do it, I'd stand by it. I wouldn't lie. I'd tell them if they asked, I shot Galen dead.
But
That's what I decided. That's what I decided was the way to do it. And that's what I'm doing. If it takes me away from Cass and Johnny Boy and the baby, then I guess that's what it is.
Vera wheels to him.
oh, Daniel, my son. Oh, my son. You have given me more than anyone ever has. More than I could ever say.
She grabs his hands. He kneels down and lays his head in her lap. She strokes his hair.
He's really gone. God, I can feel it now. That son of a bitch. That shit. You go on ahead, you son of a bitch. You fucking bastard. Oh, Dad, my baby. Thank you. Thank you.
Daniel stands.
I gotta go now, Mom. I love you.
No, Daniel. There never was such love. My dear one. My soul.
Daniel exits. Vera looks after him. She wheels herself back in front of the television.
Ah, yes. Yes, Galen. I hope it hurts, lover. So bad. Forever. You're burning now, ain't you, old boy? Yeah. Burning in hell. You to a T. Burning in hell.
Lights fade. End of scene. Act 3, Scene 8. A federal prison's visitation room, daytime, 1 year later. The room, which consists of a metal table, 2 metal chairs, and harsh fluorescent light, has taken the place of Daniel and Cass's house. Cass is sitting at the table, waiting. There's a baby stroller with a baby in it, a doll will work, beside her. Daniel enters in a prison uniform. He crosses to her and she stands. She hugs him, but he barely hugs back. He crosses to the baby stroller, peers in, and smiles.
She's finally sleeping. You can pick her up if you want.
That's all right. I don't want to wake her.
He gently caresses the child.
She looks like you, doesn't she? She's crawling now,
Boy,
Yeah. She's supposed to let them explore for themselves and all that, but every time she bumps into something, I cringe and I think Daniel would hate that.
I guess you'll have to let her do things for herself. More and more.
Glad to hear you say it.
Daniel goes to the table and sits. Cass joins him.
How was the funeral?
It was nice. Small, obviously, but nice. She made it way longer than they expected, so the mood was not as somber as it might have been.
Was she happy? Near the end?
Happy. She was peaceful, I think. Relatively peaceful. Still making Johnny rearrange the furniture and everything, but yeah. More peaceful than I'd seen her, I think. Johnny, though, he's taking it hard.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
He sits in that RV drinking, moping, wasting away. They're fixing to kick him out. He's still wearing the eye patch. To be honest, it actually evens him out a little. He still thinks it should have been him. In here. And I agree.
You better never say a word.
I don't think he will. He never told Vera. He talked about you all the time, He never told her anything. Let you have it. All the way to the end. Isn't that worth something? He loves you.
Maybe.
Threw out all his painting supplies. He says he doesn't see color the same anymore. Says he's nothing to live for. I'm afraid he's going to hurt himself, Daniel.
I got two thoughts on Johnny Boy. First one's this. You had to take your sorry ass dry out, get on a bus, not a car, a bus. You should take that bus to Kingsville and you should go and see Winnie Nye.
Lights up on a tableau of Winnie, stage left, sitting on her front porch with young boy.
You should tell her who he is right off the bat. You should ask if she's all right, if her son is all right, if there's anything Johnny Boy can do, if it'd be okay if he helped her with when she needed things done. Now, he ain't Mr. Handyman, I know that, but whatever he can manage.
Johnny Boy, wearing an eye patch, enters the scene with Winnie and young boy. Johnny Boy and Winnie see each other. She smiles shyly. They freeze.
Because there are times I'm afraid for him, for his soul. So I was thinking you should tell him that if he was going to. You go and help that poor woman and that boy, and then maybe someday we can be brothers again.
Lights off on Winnie, young boy, and Johnny Boy.
That was my first thought.
What was your second?
Well, this thing complicates things a bit. I was thinking about how I used to take Johnny Boy hunting and how when we were out there, he couldn't take the shot. Not an animal. He could shoot cans and whatnot fine. His aim wasn't half bad, but he didn't like killing. He shot a man he never met in cold blood. It could be that happened. You see why he might want it to? I can also see why he might want to claim he done it, but be a big man. Maybe protect someone. Because I ain't sold on him doing it himself.
People will surprise you.
Sometimes. How about you give him whatever message you think Makes sense.
Oh well. Is there anything else? You have anything to say to me? That you love me? That you hate me? Why you went away? You think I betrayed you, right? Then tell me. Punish me. But not her. You're in here, it punishes her. She needs a father. I'm thinking of moving, Daniel. It's not a home. Not with you in here. And I don't understand why you went away. So I just stay hurt. You're everywhere I go. I think I might have to leave.
Well, go see your mother if you do.
Why did you choose this? We were home free. Why on earth did you let them take you for something that... It's wrong. And it's a lie.
I've been having nightmares lately.
Nightmares?
Yeah. First time I had dreams that I could remember since I was a little kid. I dream I'm in my cell lying down, which I am.
Dim lights on a silhouetted woman, stage right, played by Vera.
And I dream that a woman comes into my cell. Some night it looks like Mama, others it looks like someone I ain't never met, but still familiar. Whoever it is, she looks at my direction, but not at me. Looks kind of past me, and somehow I know that she knows what I did. And what I didn't do. And I try to explain it to her, but the words won't come. I never in my life wanted to speak so badly like I do in these dreams, but I can't. It's awful. But I still go to bed thinking tonight I'm going to tell her everything. That part of me being in here is, yeah, maybe she wouldn't be mad. Not if I explain it right. Maybe wherever she is, these things don't seem so important. I hope that. But it don't look like wherever she is anywhere good.
Lights out on the silhouette.
Anyway.
Daniel stands. He crosses to the baby stroller. Cass stands and follows him.
She's awake.
Daniel picks up the baby.
Hi, Joyce.
Daddy. Say hi. Sometimes I look at her and think how close I came tonight. But it's official. I love her more than I ever thought I could love anything.
I know. I hear it in your voice.
The woman in your dream. What do you mean wherever she is, she didn't work good? You said you're afraid for Johnny's soul. You mean that? Are you afraid for me? Where I'm going? Are you afraid of where you're going?
I know where I'm going. Cafeteria. Lunch is in 5.
He gently places the baby back in the stroller. He smiles down at her.
Bye for now. Sweet Joyce. I love you. Take care of your mom.
Daniel and Cass look at each other. She hugs him, and after a moment, he hugs back. Daniel kisses Cass's forehead deeply, then exits. Cass goes to kneel down in front of the stroller.
Where'd you get those eyes, little miss? Where'd you get those fingers? We're gonna take care of each other, Joyce. You hear me? We're gonna take care of each other.
Lights fade. End of scene. End of play. All right, guys. Well, we had some bumps in the road, but we all got there. Thank you for everybody who was watching. I'm going to bring our actors on, and they're going to give us a little wave and thank each of them. First off, we had Bradley. Thank you, Bradley. We had Tristan Spohn as Johnny Boy. And by the way, that's Bradley Gosnell. His dad's a director. Look him up. We had Gina West as Winnie. We had Vance Sparks as Galen. Bonnie Gale as Cass. And let's give a big hand to Dale Dickey as Vera. Thank you, Dale. All right, everyone, that does it for us for tonight. If you guys, I'm not having a talk back or anything like that, but if you guys would like to shoot me a message or something, I would love to hear any thoughts that you have. And I want to give a special thank you to Del Shores and Ken Walls, who both gave a lot of excellent feedback on this and helped me out a lot. Thank you, everybody, and see you on the Flippity Flop.